6 weeks ago, I was approached by Kevin. Quick story: Kevin was participating in this stand-up comedy, entrepreneurship, CEO kind of comedy cast, and he signed up for it, and ultimately he did it knowing that he needed to do something that scared him. Sometimes in life it's too easy to get into a rut or do the same thing over and over and not grow. One of the things that I admire about Kevin, he's constantly challenging himself. He reads a lot of books. He's not afraid to take risks. And he's done so many neat things. And he's put himself out there in weird situations. And sometimes I think he's crazy, but at the end of the day, you know, he's gaining all this experience, and what an inspiration that is. Anyway, so I was out there hanging out with him, I guess probably about 4th of July, and he found out somebody dropped out, and he's like, "You should do it." Now, I had been listening to Joe Rogan for years, and I've understood the comedy process and what it takes to write, you know, material, or at least I thought I did. But the idea was already planted years ago, and I was like, but again, something I would have acted on. But the universe is kind of weird how it does that. All of a sudden, I'm given this opportunity, and I think about it. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. But Kevin's like, no, you're going to do it. I was like, nah, let me think about it. Sure enough, Kevin signs me up. At the end of the day, I'm grateful because I know what Kevin's doing. He's pushing me. And for that, I thank you, Kevin, for always pushing me to be bigger and better and do things that make me uncomfortable. Because we all agree that in life you have to challenge yourself in order to grow. But yeah, so here I am. You know, I signed up, got started. Matt was an amazing coach, great guy to talk to. He's been a comedian. He's done thousands of shows. I mean, he understands the comedy and what it takes and the art form. Very much like the TV show Bar Rescue. He breaks it down from a scientific, you know, method of what it takes to get up there and perform, and also understanding what the audience's expectations are. You know, oddly enough, the audience doesn't want to see you fail. So if you confuse the audience, he talks about that. He goes into it. I'm not gonna, you know, give away his, you know, his secrets, the secret sauce. But I can tell you what. If you trust the process, which I trusted the process, I questioned the process. Even seconds before going on the stage, I was like, I don't know this material. I need another 5 weeks. I gotta get off this. I can't do this. I gotta turn around. But all the time and practice that I put in, it paid off. And ultimately, one of my rules I had with my daughter last year was, and this kind of reminded me, it brought me back to a point where I'm like, you know, I almost got to do this for my daughter, to the extent that one day I can look back and say, Sailor, your dad did not want to get up in front of over 100 people and perform. It wasn't something that I was craving. I didn't need this attention. It scared me to death, which I know public speaking scares most people. But I wanted to take the opportunity and run with it. And again, given an opportunity, it was something I didn't want to look back and regret not taking advantage of this opportunity that I was given. I went back to the rule from last year. Me and my daughter, as you guys know, each year we add a rule, and I implement it throughout the year, and we talk about it. And the rule last year was preparation is key to success. And I gave that a lot of thought. You know, so many times in my life, I took the easy way out and took a shortcut. And I've regretted a lot of those decisions, whether it had been college and really applying myself in school. And I wanted to make sure my daughter, you know, doesn't do those things, or at least understands the consequences behind it. And I wanted to make sure from an early age that she understands if she applies herself, and I'm talking about with all her energy and all her effort. There's a guy by the name of E.T., Eric Thomas, motivational speaker, and he talks about don't cry to give up. You're already crying. You're in pain. Cry to keep going. He talks about how many times people simply just do not believe in themselves. They give up on themselves, and they don't put all the energy. Okay, you're not great at math, but are you putting the hours that it takes to become good at math? And most people can't honestly say yes, because the reality is, if you put all that time and energy and effort into being a better student, being a better husband, being a better dad, you're gonna be better. It's just the way the universe works. So anyway, so again, all this, I want to prove to my daughter that it's true. Preparation is the key to success. I didn't have a clue in 5 weeks if I would get up there and make anybody laugh. I believed in Matt's process. I put myself out there, and it was a process. I didn't have any material. I come from a crazy background. From a comedy standpoint, I didn't think I had anything. But putting some stuff together, I was able to make fun of certain situations or habits in my life, and that was kind of my truisms, learning and recognizing certain things that I do that other people do, and then putting a funny twist on it. Again, do I think I'm Kevin Hart? No. Do I think I did as good as or a typical comedian? No. But I got up there and I delivered my material, and I had some laughs, as you can see, and you guys can be the judge of it. But at the end of the day, I'm not asking you to judge me on my comedy skills. But the question is, would you have gotten up there? Would you have done something? I now can walk away saying that I did something that probably what they say 1% of the population would ever do: get in front of a large crowd and perform comedy or even speak. It wasn't easy. It was terrifying. But when those lights hit, it was neat though. The adrenaline, I'm not going to say that I'm addicted to it or the attention, like this is my next dream job. But I can tell you, walking away from this experience, I've gained a lot of confidence when it comes to public speaking. I know that no matter what I want to do, if I put the time, energy, effort into it, anything's possible. And for that, I am so happy I did it. But without further ado, I want you guys to check out the video. Let me know what you think. Be honest if you want. There's no need to be mean. I didn't look like a model up there. There's a lot of times I think I stumbled. I think I missed like at least 5 sentences out of 5 pages. But that's something I did. I memorized 5 pages of material. And was able to deliver it to where it wasn't like I was just reading something or regurgitating something. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I did it, and I'm super excited. I know a lot of you guys want to see it. I will apologize using the F word a couple times. So I would rate this not for little kids. The ranking PG-13. I don't know if... But anyways, in comedy, sometimes you use certain languages and certain words to maintain a fusion, a crowd fusion, and whatnot, whatever they call it in the business. But so I apologize in advance. I know Mom wasn't happy. I had a few words, but it's ultimately not bad. If you see a lot of comedians out there, they use words, and it is what it is. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Here's my debut, and it's out here for the world to see. Thanks, guys.
We're gonna keep this train going. Are you ready for your next comedian? He's weighing in at 299 pounds. The beast from the east, the man with the plan, Christopher Haney. Oh, yeah. Party people, my kind of people, they like to. Hello, DC. Get that out of the way. Happy Monday. Yeah. Happy fucking Monday. Anybody else hate Mondays? I sure do, but I bet it's for a totally different reason. You see, Mondays remind me that I've completely fucked up my diet. By noon, I've already failed my diet and I've convinced myself I'll start next Monday. Logical thing, right? Now, this intergalactic battle has been going on for 522 weeks. Nothing new. You don't get a body like this overnight, right? You gotta put work into it. Now, my Mondays start off great. I have a smoothie for breakfast. I count out my 7 almonds. I'm on my way. Next thing I know, though, I'm pulling through a Taco Bell drive-thru. Somehow, I know they serve breakfast now. I have a breakfast burrito, couple hash browns, large sweet tea. Boy, I love sweet tea. By Thursday, I'm held up naked in a Krispy Kreme. I can't make this stuff. I'm literally covered in icing and sprinkles. The cops have to call my mom just to talk me down. Christopher, put down the fritter. It doesn't have to be this way. Batman. Y'all know Batman. Batman's got the bat signal. I got the Krispy Kreme hot sign. It's like I can sense it 3 seconds before it goes off. It's my pre-diabetic superpower. I'm like the fast food whisperer. I know when the McRib's coming back before they know it's coming back. But I do try. I have a gym membership. Sometimes I work out 3 or 4 times a week with a trainer. I'm into it. I'm motivated. I missed one session, though, and I'm back held up at Krispy Kreme. But I keep my gym membership. You see, I feel like it's something, I've accepted it. It's something that chubby, out of shape people just have to pay every month. It's like a fat tax. Plus, I'm a non-confrontational kind of guy. And I know they're going to ask me questions like, Mr. Haney, did you accomplish all your goals? Does it look like I accomplished my goals? Hell, I think I've put on more weight since joining the gym. I don't know. Plus, we all know how hard it is to cancel a gym membership. You got to get a letter from your congressman, show cause. That works in D.C. You guys get it. But seriously, it's not easy. Hell, there's only 2 ways out. Death and move. And I'm tired of moving. It's a lot of work. But seriously, I gotta get serious about my diet. I'm 35 years old now. I was at the doctor's the other day. He's like, Chris, come on, man. Your biological age is more like 80. I'm on 3 different types of blood pressure medications. The pharmacist at CVS knows me by name. And I recently, I got a CPAP machine. I don't know if you ever got one of those in the mail, but I feel like I'm on life support every night when I go to sleep. Best sleep I've gotten in a while, though, I tell you what. But I tell you what, though, it's kind of like, if I ever stroke out, it's going to be a smooth transition over to a ventilator. It really is. But I tell you who I feel bad for. My newlywed wife. I know. Less than a year into our marriage, I have to give her a 30-minute head start so she has a chance to fall asleep before I plug into my iron lung. Speaking of my wife, let's see here. Speaking of my wife, my eating habits are so bad, my sweet Asian wife has started gaining weight. Do you realize how bad your eating habits have to be for an Asian to gain weight? You don't see that every day. Funny story, the other morning my wife rolled over in bed and she said, honey, I had a dream. She had a dream? What was it? I had a dream I was skinny again. Now, without pause or hesitation, I simply looked her back in her beautiful brown eyes and I said, baby, I had the same dream. Now, I know, we both laughed. Then she cried a little. But I took her out for breakfast, so all is well. Speaking of marriage, we got any married couples here? All right. You notice things change pretty quickly once you say I do? Couples tend to get real comfortable with each other. And I think this can lead to some problems. Me and my wife, we dated 8 years before we got married. I was one hell of a boyfriend, especially in the beginning. It's kind of like when you hire a new employee. They show up early, they stay late, they're motivated, they listen to every word, right? But 8 years later, apathy sets in. They maybe listen to every third word. They show up when they want to. They're just trying to beat the system. And this is why businesses have policies and procedures in place for employees to follow, right? And marriage should be no different. Why should it? For example, now that we're married, my wife takes a dump with the door open. You know why she does it? No policies in place. I'm no saint either. I mean, I leave my clothes on the floor. You know why I do it? No policies. But when it comes to sex, I don't think we need policies or procedures. We just need to make it one of our core values. Right? Oh, marriage. Marriage is a very interesting business deal. And most people don't look at it like a business or investment. I don't know if you guys know this. I mean, the divorce rate's pushing 60%. That's terrible odds, guys. But here's the deal. Restaurants have the same percentage of failures in the first 6 months, and people are still opening up restaurants. Now, I love my wife. Don't get me wrong. But I have an exit plan and exit strategy. And just like in business, it's just nice to know that it's in place, right? Now, my exit strategy is pretty simple. It's probably not the most clever. But I'm going to move back in with my parents. Now that my biological age is like 80 and they're 80, things are different. I think we'll get along great. Hell, me and my dad are on 2 of the same diabetes medications. That's got to count for something, right? Plus, it's almost been 2 decades since I lived with my parents. Things have changed. The rules they had don't seem so bad anymore. You know, heck, they want me home by midnight? Shit, I'm asleep by 9:30. Or the big one, just pitch in, you know, pull your own weight. I'm a grown fucking man. I have my own job, I make my own money. With the $200 I plan to pay them in rent, they can hire somebody to mow the lawn, do the dishes, do all the shit my lazy 80-year-old biological ass won't do. DC, you guys have been great. Be good or be good at it. Thank you.
Christopher Haney right there. Big round of applause. He finally a comic that sweats more than me. That's because I do. I'm telling you, I do. Sometimes I get that titty sweat going. That's when you know you seen it. That's when the party's really getting started right there. Sometimes you can see the Virgin Mary in there. This festive as shit is all I'm saying. It's not a. I got Mexican families travel the country following my ass. They're like, Dios mío. The Virgin Maria and the titty sweat.